my Wolfpack and welcome to another Spyro tier list video, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the Spyro games and what my opinions are on each of them. Now, I have played the vast majority of these games. I think there's only one or two that I haven't actually played. If I haven't played it, I probably just won't bother ranking it. If I have played it and I've not played much of it because it didn't maintain my attention, then I will be ranking it. But yeah, this could be quite a divisive video. I have got a few opinions that I know definitely will not settle with the Spyro community, but obviously feel free to share your opinions down in the comment section below. Really would appreciate if you like the video. Also subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll get straight down into this. So we'll start off at the very first Spyro with Spyro the Dragon. Now, Spyro the Dragon, I love it. The one downside, the one big downside is when it's mostly because I started with the third Spyro, with Spyro the Dragon. It doesn't have glide. It doesn't have glide, and it also doesn't have the boss battles like it does in the other games. So for me, I think it's a B. I like it. It's so close to an A, but I just don't think I like it that much. That's not the original Spyro. That's the original Spyro. Yeah, so original Spyro, not the biggest. I like it, but I don't like. I don't have much replayability to it. I don't really enjoy playing through it as much as I do the other ones. Now, going through onto Ripto's Rage or Gateway to Glimmer, if you're in Europe, which I am Europe, so Gateway to Glimmer. This is an S tier all the way. This is the first Spyro that I 100%ed. I love all of the characters. I love all the different NPCs. I love the structure of the game. It is just so nostalgic for me. There is just so much that you can kind of do. I love the fact that there is the random little glitches in it. Yeah, I just really love the game, honestly. It's just, yeah, it is probably very almost my favourite or possibly my favourite depending on my day. But Spyro, Gateway to Glimmer and Spyro Year of the Dragon are two of the games that are very close to, you know, my heart, essentially. I've noticed they have put Gateway to Glimmer and Ripto's Rage on here twice. Now, obviously, they're the exact same game, so they're just going to both go in there. Now, as I said, Year of the Dragon, another one that's close to my heart. This is the first Spyro I ever played, and I honestly fell in love with it, and that's why this has so much. And I think based on today, like any other day, maybe it would have been the other ones, but I think Year of the Dragon is my favourite Spyro game. I love the collectathon aspect of it. I think collectathon is just my favourite kind of genre of game. You've got all the eggs, obviously. You've got some difficult challenges in there. The one reason why I would sometimes put it below Ripto's Rage or Gateway to Glimmer is because of the difficulty of some things, particularly Fireworks Factory and that Agent 9 mission. I absolutely hate it. I know other people will hate other eggs, so there are some eggs in there that I really just despise, and, you know, yeah, that's kind of where that goes. Next up, we've got Season of Fire and Season of Ice. Now, I did play both of these. Honestly, I didn't. This is where I'm going to get hate. I didn't enjoy them. I lost interest after a good, like, I tried it for like half an hour and I completely lost interest. So for me, the fact that I've lost interest in them makes them go into D tier. That's unfortunate, I know, and I know many people are going to be like, they're fantastic games. But yeah, I tried them, I didn't enjoy them personally. This wasn't kind of my kind of thing. The next game that we are going to go on is Enter the Dragonfly. Now, yeah, that's where that's going. It had potential. I like the levels. I like the premise of the game of collecting dragonflies, but the fact that the loading zones just take absolutely forever. I swear, when I was a child, some of the loading zones would take like 10 minutes, and I'm not even exaggerating, 10 minutes loading into particularly the space farm area. I don't know what they're called, but it's called. But yeah, like where there's the kind of like space cows and all that, where they were trying to like take over that. Yeah, it was just so glitchy. The frame rate was just awful at different times. The fact that Like, and this just is ingrained in my head. The fact that every time you bumped into something, there was a really annoyingly long animation, and they're like, "Ow!" And then it just like took a couple of seconds before you could start moving again. I was just, it was just so annoying. In the original, like you bump into the wall, you bounce back a little bit, there you go. But it just felt way too long in that game, and it's like, as I said, it has got potential, and if they decide to remake Enter the Dragonfly with the unused content they planned to originally use, then I will absolutely go for it. I'll absolutely give it another try. I think just it was rushed, and yeah, it just didn't work well. In my opinion, I've completed it, and that's why it might go above like Season of Fire, Season of Ice kind of thing in some aspects, but yeah, it was a real tough like slog to get through it, and that's kind of why it's just like no, let's not do this. Well, next one. Oh, why have they got different ones for like Year of the Dragon? They got the different ones. I don't know. I kind of feed this tier list that was already created, so I was like, yeah, we'll have a look at this. Spyro, no, sorry, not a new beginning. Spyro: A Hero's Tale. Now, this one I actually really enjoy. Hero's Tale. I liked that there is a bit of a storyline to it. I like that there is a very open world aspect to it. There's a lot of things that you can collect from light gems, eggs. And you have lots of different missions. You have lots of different playable characters as well. The downside is kind of like it's not like with gems, you can't collect gems entirely for a level. You collect them to buy things, and I don't really like that as much, if I'm completely honest. But it had some cool ideas and some cool different things that you wouldn't have seen before, and I really enjoy playing it. I enjoy playing through as the point where you have to play as Hunter. I quite enjoy playing as Hunter. I like that you have to go collect so much to get there. I like the fact that Nasty Nork returns, and the fact that there's kind of like a post game. It's not really a post game, but it's like you defeat the main boss, and then there's another part to it, and it really does ramp up kind of the difficulty at that point. I think one of the downsides that a lot of people see is that Blink, they don't like Blink, but I really like Blink, and I really like his kind of like control set. I do find it obviously quite difficult to control him, because I think it is quite difficult to use Blink, but actually I really quite enjoy playing as Blink. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Your next one, you've got Spyro: A New Beginning, and I'm pretty sure that it is this one. Now, Spyro: A New Beginning, I played it on the DS, so I'm probably going to be quite biased here. I do need to get it for PlayStation, I do need to give it a try. But I didn't really enjoy it a huge amount. The introduction of the new story and new characters, I don't know, for me, I didn't really enjoy that aspect, because I really like the original premise of Spyro. So I struggled with the new Beginning series initially, but actually, like it grew on me. I think on my basis of playing the DS game, I'm gonna go for a C, because it wasn't the best game, but I think typically when these kind of games that are on like main platforms and they've been released on like DS and stuff, they're not as good typically when they come on DS. I mean, Shadow Legacy is obviously another one that's on there. The next one after I missed Shadow Legacy. I missed Shadow Legacy entirely. So Shadow Legacy, yeah, that's going in a D. Very much bridging towards just now. I honestly played like 20 minutes of it and I got bored and put it down, never picked it back up. Like I love the idea of the story, and how like there are different areas and different places that you can go, that you've been to before. I love the idea of revisiting, and like well, what I think they should do for Spyro 4 is that they should be revisiting some of the old realms, and they should be going back to, for example, Skelos Badlands, but the volcanoes erupted, so the structure of the whole level is completely different. Or going to, and I know this is Shadow Legacy, going to Lost Fleet, and there being a different area underneath Lost Fleet, which is where the Professor came from. And yeah, so all those kind of things I think are really cool, but on a DS game, not quite. I think if it was like on PlayStation 2 or something, or PlayStation 3, probably getting towards that era at this point, if it was there, then I probably would have really, really enjoyed it, because, you know, it's got a solid idea of a story. I haven't finished the story, but it's a solid idea. and I think it could have been performed much better. Going into the Eternal Night, again, this might cause some conflict. I just don't like it. Honestly, this is the one Spyro game I've tried to complete and I just cannot complete it. The difficulty of it is insane. I'm going to be honest, I've tried restarting it multiple times and there's a point that I get to and I'm just like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, it just gets too difficult, essentially. And it's very early on in the game, and shamefully so. And I just like don't enjoy kind of the game. Like a lot of it, I don't really understand kind of the premise of it. The fact that Spyro's lost his breath abilities, and he's having to regain them, and then they've got this dragon time aspect. Yeah, personally, I just don't really like it, and I can't even remember half the story. I know you have to defeat this giant. Like Golem, I think there's a pirate ship section, but essentially it's not the kind of Spyro I like. It's just a beatdown, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I just like going around and beating down different monsters round after round after round. There wasn't really any collecting in it from what I can remember, and yeah, that one for me it's just something I probably wouldn't go back to. I've tried it a couple of times, but yeah, I don't think it's something that I would kind of go back to without kind of the incentive of going back to it. Dawn of the Dragon, I'm going to be honest, I love Dawn of the Dragon. This one is like a high A bridging S tier for me, which is really weird because of obviously my opinions on the other two in the series now. I will say it is Spyro Lord of the Rings. There are so many parallels to Lord of the Rings. It's really funny because Spyro is voiced by Elijah Wood. But yeah, like so much related to Lord of the Rings in that game. It's crazy. Yeah, like as much as like when I originally played it, I got to the Valley of Glimmer and I turned my game off because I was like, no, you cannot screw over Glimmer like that. I understand that it's in a different universe, but you could have called it something completely different and that would have been fine. That was the one kind of grievance I had with it. But actually playing through it, infinite flight ability is fantastic, obviously. You've got different breaths for you and also Cinder as well. And I really love playing as Cinder. I think I used I think it was called like Shadow Breath or something. Or Shadow ability. I use that with her a lot. You've kind of got this like ongoing story through it, and it is again like a beatdown, but there are also some side things that you need to do. There are a couple of collectibles from what I can remember, like different like boxes and stuff to open. I can remember some of it. I haven't played it in like 10 years, but I can still remember it, and I still remember really enjoying it. And obviously, if you've played it, there is a very emotional moment in it, and it is something that you don't expect from like a game like that. It's one of my favorites, I would say, honestly. Reignited Trilogy. Let's have a look at Reignited Trilogy. Again, this is probably going up to S tier. Like it's between S and A realistically. Like it made me enjoy playing Spyro 1 more. So it did make me enjoy playing Spyro 1. Obviously, I love Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 anyways. The main grievance I have is what they did to the monks. I think the monks, or whatever they are, in Colossus. Like, they changed how they kind of, like, use their abilities. And I'm just like, I don't like the change. But other than that, yeah, obviously solid game, has all three in one. Definitely one that is really fun to play. You can do all three. I wouldn't ever return to Spyro 1 in its original form, but in its reunited form, I'd be more likely to return to it, mostly to try and get the full 100% on all three, or 100, and I think it's 337 is the total. But yeah, I really enjoy Reignited Trilogy, so I suppose yeah, I'll leave it there. And these last ones, oh, I've got Spyro's Adventure here. Now, it depends what we are classifying as a Spyro. What we're classifying as. If it's a Spyro game, then it is an F. It is a just no, because it is not a Spyro game. It has never been a Spyro game. It is using a well-known IP, using Spyro to boost sales into a new idea with Skylanders. And obviously the Skylanders series in itself, I really enjoy playing the Skylanders series, and I do really like the Skylanders series, but as a Spyro game, I'm going to say no. And this is what I don't think I'm going to rank this one, because it's very difficult for me to be able to do so. So, as a Spyro game, it's a no. It's not a Spyro game. Like, there's not anything Spyro other than one figurine you get with the game. Like, that's it. And you can play it without you ever using Spyro. In fact, I've mono-runned it with Stealth Elf before. Like, it's not just a Spyro game. It's not a Spyro game. Spyro can be completely irrelevant in it, and obviously that's not what you want in a Spyro game. You can also use Spyro a lot, but yeah. As a game itself, I did really enjoy it. There's a lot of really fun scenery. I think from what I can remember, there's a lot of kind of collectible stuff. In fact, there is a lot of collectible stuff, and it helps you to upgrade all your characters. So gameplay-wise, I really enjoy it. I actually have a lot of Skylanders. I don't know if you can see them, but like they're right up on the top of my shelf. I think I have like 50 Skylanders from like the first 3 eras. So I do really enjoy Skylanders as an actual game itself, but as a Spyro game, it's a no. As a just general game, it's probably between a B and an A. Like, I could replay it quite happily. I don't have a Portal of Power. That's part of the reason why I haven't replayed them. But yeah, I would quite happily, if like I got or found a Portal of Power and one of the later games in the Skylanders series that I hadn't played, then I 100% would buy that if it wasn't super expensive. So yeah, Skylanders probably between A and a B if you don't take into account the Spyro. If you do take into account the Spyro, it's just no. And then the Spyro Orange Vortex or whatever it was called, the kind of the Crash kind of overlap. I've never played it, so I don't really feel like I could rank it. I know that I've heard from a lot of people that it's not very good. So yeah, and then Attack of the Rhinox, again, I haven't played that one, so I can't really comment on it. Yeah, I don't know what the general opinion of that one is, because I don't really see it come up that much. All I know is that Agent 9's in it. But yeah, that is my overall list. I think that there are a couple of quite popular opinions. There are a couple of probably unpopular opinions in there as well. But yeah, I've played Spyro for a lot of my life, and this is kind of generally what I've kind of come down to. Obviously, I was to replay some of these games. So, for example, if you're interested in me streaming, do let me know if there's enough call for that. Then I definitely would kind of get streaming with some of these like later games. So like potentially doing an Eternal Night, potentially doing New Beginning, potentially doing Dawn of the Dragon, all like on stream potentially. Possibly even going back and doing a Hero's Tale. Maybe doing Enter a Dragonfly if people are really, really wanting that. Possibly even trying the GBA games again. So yeah, obviously, if you want to call me for that, then do comment down below. And yeah, please keep like and subscribe. Let me know your opinions down in the comment section below. Obviously, this is just a tier list of my opinions, and whatever anyone says is their opinion. There is no fundamental yes or no in these. It is entirely down to anyone's opinion. So I don't want to see any kind of like arguing or upset. Debate is fine, but like I don't want to see people getting really like angry about other people's opinions, because we all have different opinions. And as I said, in this, I've put a few that are quite low that I know are quite beloved games. But personally, for me, they didn't work. But yeah, I'm going to finish this off here, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm going to get off here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.